Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to another week of Berserker Team League Valhalla Season 5. I'm, of course, your host, Light VIP. I apologize for the audio quality. It's in chat right now, but I am not at home. I am not in my home state either. I'm in a hotel room, but I'm here with the beautiful, the casting Jersey herself. Welcome, Kuro.
Yes, hello. It is I, as I am doing the production for the first time in a while. But we are now here, we are loaded into our first map, we are playing our next match in the Berserker Team League Valhalla. And we are now versus in this match versus Houkago T-Team, looking at our first player, our Duckling, our Red Terran representing the United States. It is Vindicta.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Tropical Sacrifice, we have the Russian Terran player himself representing Houkago T-Team. It is Replicant.
We have portrait, not the logo on his base, on their base.
Yeah, exactly. For those wondering, we're here in Berserker Team League. It is going to be a best of 5 format, Pro League format as well, which means all of these are best of ones. It's a little bit more old school. I say old school. I guess I'm used to. I'm getting used to World Team League now. I'm getting used to all the best of twos.
Yeah, indeed. Like, we're getting used to all these longer series, but no, now only best of ones. And this is a best of 5 match as well, so much quicker than this of WTL usually. And we have a TVT to start off.
Yeah. I know how much you love TVTs.
My favorite.
I know how much you look forward to it. But yeah, it's cool. It's also cool to be back. We haven't been able to cast in a while either. So yeah, it's cool that at least we're still able to have like production and cover BTL this week.
I mean, to be fair, you were able to cast recently.
Oh,
You're also timing out.
mm-hmm.
I think you're lagging a little.
Yeah. I mean, Kuro may have to solo cast depending on how
I can
things
just share
go.
screen. I can share screen for you.
Oh yeah, that may actually be better.
Yeah, so if you have issues, then I can share screen. Yeah, it's
Okay.
lagging. It's lagging. Okay.
Yeah, I left that off. Okay, so
I'm
we
an
are going to be
observer.
sharing.
I cannot tell anything to the players. I'm an observer. Because the players think they are. It's them. Hold on. StarCraft. Go live. Okay, pray for my PC. Hopefully nothing goes wrong. But anyway, we are here and our players are not doing anything too aggressive. Both of them are expanding. Both of them are getting the Reapers ready. And yeah, it looks like we're just gonna get the proper macro game.
Yeah. It looks like we're just going to be getting into a pretty straight up game so far. As a reminder, again, this is a best of 1, and we're fully aware that Vindicta is actually going to be playing in DreamHack later on. There's the reason why he's coming out first here. He needs time to prepare, and because of that, I honestly thought he was maybe even going to cheese to begin with. I thought maybe like he didn't want to waste too much time, but I mean for the most part, we just see him coming across the map with these first 2 Reapers, and going to be forcing a delay on the CC.
Yeah, this he will. But I mean, not too much of damage, just a little bit of delay. There is already an SCV on that CC continuing the build, as the 2 Reapers of Replicants are also moving across the map, and they will meet Vindicta. Did I lose light? Uh-oh. I think I might have lost light. Guys, send help! I'm not casting TVT alone! But yeah, a lot of juking and jiving here with the Reapers. And Vindicta's Reapers are actually hurt that they have not regenerated yet. Now the grenades are coming out and they will be safe, but ooh, with the Cyclone coming in, I think this is it for Vindicta's Reapers. Meanwhile, Vindicta sending his Cyclones to Cyclone and Helion to help out, but unfortunately they were not there in time. And yeah, that is it for the scouting force of Vindicta for the time being. But he is going into Banshee next, actually. Very, very interesting. As I'm quickly checking if Light is still alive. Light Light. Okay, chat. I guess that's it. Okay, Replicant coming in with his 2 Reapers and the Cyclone. They will not see the Banshee. They're actually just barely missing the Banshee. But Replicant is working on a Raven, which may be useful. I don't think Vindicta, no. Vindicta is not getting Blink, so there will be no Blink? Cloak, no Cloak Banshees. Meanwhile, there is this drop from Replicant, but there are Cyclones of Vindicta here to defend. With the SCVs being pulled as well, this is gonna be stopped. With just losing the depot. At the same time, in the front, all the SCVs coming to hack the tank, and this little push from Replicant is also stopped. But Vindicta does lose the mules because he had to pull all the workers. But now let's see what the Banshee can do. Flying in straight to the mineral line, and how much damage can we see? There are no Marines here. The Reapers are coming, but they're not gonna help, and the Cyclones were chased off to the other side of the map. Four SCVs already. 5 SCVs.
Yeah, there's not that much that shoots up here. Finally, the Banshee gets cleaned up. This is something that's become a little bit more popular in recent times. Vindicta going for the Banshee before the Raven. It does delay his overall Raven production, and he will have less energy because of that. But at least he does force like pressure off of him, and Replicant even comes back home with this drop.
Yeah, the drop comes back home. No more damage for it, and yeah, Vindicta has some space to reinforce his army and get ready for the actual attack.
Exactly. So after all said and done, Vindicta, he's going to be ahead in workers here. I do believe the 3rd CC is done for Replicant, but I think the same can be said for Vindicta, so he's not falling behind in that respect either. He's already going to be landing his 3rd on location, double E base on the way, so a pretty solid start. I mean, unfortunately, I did miss the beginning. I don't know. I don't know how things worked out at the beginning of the game, but Replicant is pushing out.
Yeah, the Replicant is not stopping with the pressure. He was trying to do a bit of a double prime with the drop as well as a small force on the front, but it did not really work with all the repairs that Vindicta was ready to do. But now he's trying to move with this entire army, but Vindicta's army is right there. The tanks are sieged, and it will be very difficult for Replicant to get any damage.
Yeah, honestly, it was a really crucial Marine scout there by Vindicta. He even confirms with that SCV. He wants to know the army movement. He wants to know exactly where Replicant is. So that's why he was able to already be in position. And even here, we see him rotating around as well. We just see a drop sneaking in towards the top left-hand corner. But again, Vindicta does have a spotter there. Ooh, but I think he does pull it back.
Yeah, I mean, there is this Reaper here, which is quite annoying. Even though it doesn't really do damage, it still pulls the attention of Vindicta. At the same time, the drop is trying to sneak into the main base, but there are 2 Cyclones ready for it.
Yeah, exactly. He was anticipating this drop as well. We do have the double lock on. It looks like the medevac is going to go down. Doesn't get any Marines unloaded. It looks like only 1, and it still gets cleaned up.
Yeah, very nicely done for Vindicta. Really getting ready for all of these attacks. And he keeps this spotting Marines in the crucial places. So Replicant is trying to go around him to find some damage, but he just cannot see a way.
Yeah, he's been trying to go in for a while now here. He's forced to just chill here in the middle of the map. He is working on his own upgrades as well, but still far behind. There's going to be a massive window where Vindicta will have 1-1 over his opponents. And despite Replicant getting faster Ravens and having more energy, he hasn't really been able to make use of it at all.
Yeah, indeed. Vindicta also confirming that there is a 3rd base for Replicant. This is not some 2-base push. And checking what other tech he can find.
Yeah, he's going to be just making sure that he's going to be safe for the time being because he sees the 3rd base being taken. He knows he shouldn't be under too much pressure. At the same time, Replicant tries to force his way up this ramp, but oh yeah, I do think he lost a little bit there.
Yeah, he tried to go with these Cyclones, and they did take quite a lot of damage just from the Ravens alone, dropping a lot of turrets. And Replicant decides to move back while expanding to another base.
Yeah, he's forced to back on up, and this is going to give a little bit of map control to Vindicta now. He has been the defender. He's been kind of receiving all of this, taking his own bases, but now that his upgrades are done, I wouldn't be surprised if he starts being active on the map as well. As I say that, he is setting up some sensor towers. He's just making sure he doesn't get caught off guard. Right,
the Venn diagrams are here. Oh yeah. The circles.
Beautiful. Thankfully, I can't see them because of the screen share, but it's all good. It's all good.
It's okay. You don't need to see them. They're there.
I can live in ignorance, you know. They don't exist. It's fine. Oh god. Meanwhile, thankfully, we don't have like mech or anything like that. Replicant is getting his second factory up and running for that double tank production, but you know we're still focusing on our bio, all things considered. Unfortunately, it's one of those things where both players have been having a hard time actually producing many medevacs. We have medevac production now, but like it's so important to keep up with your Vikings, and sometimes if you do switch a little bit too soon, then you just do give up air superiority, and that's like, such an impactful thing in TVT.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
What is it?
Yeah, Replicant, he throws down 2 more starports, so he's already getting ready for a bit of a switch into, I imagine, like Ravens.
Oh, okay, sure. But will he have time to do that? Because Vindicta decides that he is ready to move out, and at the same time, Replicant is moving this this 2 medivac drop to the other side of the map, so maybe he will have like not enough forces to defend this.
Well, Replicant is being caught with his pants down right now. He needs time to get into his production. It's a little bit too greedy for him to do this. Meanwhile, here come the disables. 2 tanks go down immediately, and we do have enough anti-air for Vindicta.
Yeah, indeed. The tanks are sieged on the other side of this ramp, I guess. And all of the army of Replicant falls down. Just the 2 tanks are holding front together with the planetary. I don't think the two medivac drop has come back. No, it actually went all the way to Vindicta's base, and it is being cleaned up. So Vindicta has a great position here.
Yeah, honestly, the planetary on its own did so much damage already on that double chop. We saw the disables were so crucial here by Vindicta, and again, to put emphasis on it, Replicant, he was getting ready for a tech switch. Like, he wasn't producing army for a reason. He was saving here to get into his triple starport production, but he just couldn't do it in the end. The tanks are in range, the planetary is going to go down. There's no way for Replicant to save it.
And GG is called. Vindicta takes the first map for the Ducklings.
GG, well played. Pretty solid and pretty straight up play overall. Again, really greedy from Replicant. I would have understood if he had gone for the starports, if he maintained map control as well, but he kind of backed off and kind of gave Vindicta free reign. And unfortunately, unlike Vindicta, he didn't really have many spotters in the middle of the map, so he didn't know where the army was going. He didn't know where Vindicta was hitting next.
Yeah, like Vindicta like did a really good job at like, you know, keeping tabs on whatever Replicant is doing. Like he always had like this single marine, like a single depot, like a few cyclones. Then later he even made a missile turret all the way in the north of the map. Like there was always something to make sure he's not like caught off guard by a drop or something.
Yeah, exactly. He was always ready with his sensor towers, even splitting off his cyclones in his main base. He was very aware of Replicant, of what he could do, and he was ready for it every single time. So yeah, just a very solid play from Vindicta, from Miguelito. And as a reminder, this is a best of 1, so we only have 1 game for him. He does take a lead here for the CranKy Ducklings. Vindicta is going to be taking a break. He's going to be getting some food, and if you want more of some Shaft of Voltron action, he'll be back later on in DreamHack.
Yes, DreamHack is starting in just a few hours. Actually, I think it's like an hour and a half now, because I'm pretty sure today's DreamHack is starting an hour earlier than usually. So make sure to tune in, because this will be a very short broadcast. There will be 4 streams, and I am not yet sure which stream Vindicta will be on. So keep your eyes peeled. Make sure to check our Discord, because we definitely will be posting there.
Yeah, we'll be posting on Discord, we'll be posting on Twitter, but for now, we are focusing on BTL and we are heading over to the European server. We're getting ready for our second game.
Yes, and as you can currently see on the stream, we started with a mirror matchup. Actually, we have only mirror matchups today. How did that happen? No idea, but we have all the mirrors, and we're jumping from a TVT into a PvP.
So just to make sure you have everything correct, Kuro, Dolan, the 3rd series is not a mirror matchup.
What? It's a TVT.
Did I?
Oh, you said PvT. Okay. I saw TVT. What the?
You only see what you want to see, and apparently you want to see TVT. Okay, is that
God.
Oh god, it's all good. It's all good. So we are getting ready here for our next game. And it is gonna be that PvP that Kuro was talking about.
Okay, so one less mirror match. But most of them are still. As we are getting... Meanwhile, special thanks to our... the resubscribing for 7 months to Vindicta himself. Who just took the game.
Nice. Oh my god. Yes, we thank you so much, Miguelito. Thank you. Good luck today. Good luck.
Has it already been 7 months?
I know, right? It's crazy. It's been so long.
Jesus.
So long. But yeah, we are just going to be getting ready here. We're just joining our chat channels and all that good stuff. And yeah, I mean, honestly, the other thing that I'll be transparent about this. I'm okay with saying this. But as we are going to be joining the lobby, both PattyMac and Vindicta, they're not really going to be showing off anything too crazy. They're not going to be showing off anything too crazy just because, again, like, they do have to focus on dream hacks. So any kind of weird builds, they're probably going to be saving and preserving for their event. So we should be seeing some more straight up standard play. I say straight up standard play. I mean, we know how PattyMac plays PvPs.
Yeah, I was about to say standard play and PattyMac. I don't know about it. PattyMac is not scared. He will throw in some crazy strategies if he feels like it.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Nothing special, I should say. Nothing special.
Yeah, he's not playing.
As we're going to be... Yeah, he's not playing. He is not Protoss because PattyMac is going to be getting into his PvP up against Art, but not the art. Not the other art. The other art.
Yeah, not the Polish art. This is a different art. Also,
Yes,
there is a question for you in the chat.
What's the question?
Demi, who just resubscribed for 11 months, is asking, Light, when is Bex teaming up?
Alright, can we time out Demi in the chat? Can we do that?
I mean,
do we have the power?
you have the power. Thank you for the sub, but also... Anyways, we are now loaded in to our next map. The second map is Cosmic Sapphire. And we are here in the top left base looking at the blue Protoss player representing Houkago T-Team. It is Art.
Spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Cosmic Sapphire, we have the CranKy Duckling himself. It is PattyMac.
So no proxies, for the time being at least.
Yeah, we do have our typical gates, or we should be seeing some 2-gate openers here on Cosmic Sapphire. One of the few maps that doesn't have the ramp at the natural base, so we should be seeing some more aggressive play.
Yes, I mean, some people were quite happy with this being a little bit more narrow, so it was easier to wall off, but at the same time, as you said, it's not the ramp, so it also has some difficulty to it as well.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what I want to say is, Kuro, what do you want to see here? I know it's too late for proxies, Kuro. I know it's too late, but what do you want to see coming out from Patty?
Honestly, I want him to play his Brood War style, his Phoenix DT.
Okay.
You
something
asked.
he does against. That's something he does a little bit more against Zerg players, so
That's
unfortunately
fine.
we're not gonna we're not gonna see that here. Okay, fair enough. Oh god. But yeah, I'm curious as well, like what PattyMac considers to be standard and what he doesn't want to reveal here for DreamHack. So we already have a 2-gate opener. We'll see if he does go for the double Adept or for the double Stalker, and we have our answer.
It is double Stalker. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, Art decides to go for that sentry.
Interesting.
What does
I mean,
that mean?
again, for a little bit of backstory, and I think we should probably bring this up. Art, our from our opposing team, from the opposing team. He is the ace player of Houkago T team. I think we can both safely say that. Like, he is the most notable player on their team. So PattyMac's probably going to have like the toughest time here out of all of the Ducklings, and it makes sense here for Art to open up with a Sentry. He's going to be playing more defensively. He's a little bit more afraid of what PattyMac could be bringing out.
Yeah, definitely. There was a little bit of a block on PattyMac's Nexus. Actually, can he put it down? He can, right? He didn't block it, right? Okay. I was a little worried for a second. But ooh, what is this?
Yeah, Art's got a probe here towards the bottom left-hand corner of the map, just scouting, just trying to make sure he sees the eyes on everything. At the same time, a hallucination is diving through the middle as well, so he can get across the map and figure out what the opener is going to be, whether there's a Stargate or a Twilight Council.
Yeah, in the meantime, PattyMac tried to push with these two Stalkers a little bit, but he was met with the army of Art, and he did lose a Stalker for it, so I guess no aggression for the time being. As this probe is actually sneaking something. They lose light again. I might have lost light again. It's okay. The Adepts also not getting damage. They did try to get in, but they were blocked with both the force field and the building. Both players actually starting Blink almost exactly at the same time, which is interesting. But Art will also have +1 attack, which may actually prove very useful in this fight. Oh, interesting! Art is actually slow warping in this location. I thought he would put a gateway here, but no.
Yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed. I was hoping that maybe we'll see a Dark Shrine, especially because we have that proxy pylon, but Art doesn't go for it. Instead, he's just going to be reinforcing across the map. Shaking my head. Smoke.
Yeah, but wouldn't you still put a gateway there just so you can reinforce quicker?
Yeah, but like, I mean, he doesn't want to be too committed. He doesn't want to be too, in a way, all in here. He doesn't want to throw down to additional gateways. We do see the Adepts coming on in, but don't commit to the shade.
Yeah, there is defense for PattyMac. The Stalkers are ready. The ramp is blocked, so no damage here for Art. And yeah, these Adepts will be trying to get something, but they are being chased off by the Stalkers.
Yeah, exactly. We have a third gate being set up here for Art, so again, not going to go for any kind of 4-gate aggression. The two Adepts, once again, one of them actually commits to the shade, and it's going to go down only getting a single probe.
Yeah, it is snipe. I mean, I wonder if this was intentional or if it was a little bit of a mismicro by Art, but seemed very specific. And I mean, he does get 1 probe for it, but that's not amazing.
Yeah, that's actually not ideal at all here, but regardless, he's really on point when it comes to his scouting. He goes back in, he confirms, okay, we do have a forge, we have upgrades, we have a robo on the way here for PattyMac. Oh, sorry, Art's got the forge, but PattyMac is getting his robo up and running, and as the hallucination does disappear, 2 more gates are thrown down.
Yes, indeed, the warp is on the way as well, and PattyMac is about to get aggressive, but Art has an army of his own.
Yeah, and Art does have the defender's advantage. He does have the numbers advantage as well. He's going to be forcing PattyMac back. +1 is done for Art.
Yeah, this observer will not help PattyMac. He may actually get sniped if there is the turn, but I don't think Art has his own detection. This warp is in so much danger.
Yeah, but with the reinforcements, it looks like PattyMac's going to be able to force Art back. Art isn't doubling down, by the way. We have a third base behind this, so PattyMac will have a production advantage here.
That's what it looks like. Even puts a pylon under the warp piece. That's cute. But
yeah, it looks like he's setting up to actually expand and take a third base. I'm a little bit surprised. Like, PattyMac, he's got 5 gates to the 3 of Art. I'm sure he's down in upgrades, but it looks like after that defense, PattyMac wants to back off.
Yeah, I mean, he does see that, like, despite focusing more on his army, like, he doesn't have the numbers to contest with Art, so I guess he needs to go back and, like, rethink his strategy a little bit.
Yeah, he doesn't want to throw anything away. He doesn't want to brute force his way forward, ape it up, and just like commit. So a little respect here for PattyMac. He still wants to make use of his army here, but again, he's not going to be like, again, doubling down and pushing on forward.
But he actually decides to commit to this fight, and I'm not sure if it's a good idea, because once again, Art does have the numbers advantage as well as the upgrade.
Yeah, getting caught out here in the middle of the map was not ideal at all. Thankfully, we have a shield battery. In a couple of seconds, we're going to have an overcharge as well once the third base finishes up. And PattyMac is getting a couple of immortals. They're on the way.
They're on the way, but they're not quite here yet. And I mean, this is getting serious. Like this, I feel like this upgrade advantage is actually working for Art great as well. And look, they are starting upgrades at the same time, but PattyMac is one behind.
Oh, but you know what? No target fire from Art. That one immortal from PattyMac dishing out so much damage there, able to make up for the lack of upgrades. And that's where PattyMac can really excel. And here we go. I think he also recognizes there's a big window where I'm going to be down in upgrades. I need to do something else other than just these immortals. He's going for a Dark Shrine.
Yeah, but at the same time, Art jumps in, snipes at Immortal, and he's chasing the army, as well as keeps denying this vision for PattyMac. But yeah, PattyMac will try to do something with the DTs, but I'm afraid that Art is snowballing a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, Art, he's in a pretty good position right now. Like, he's ahead in workers, he's ahead in upgrades. He's lacking a little bit when it comes to the Twilight Council upgrades, though, and I'm a little bit surprised by that. And even though he may have more Stalkers, Zealots are a little bit better there. Like, Stalkers aren't the most ideal unit, especially when they get surrounded by Zealots. So we do see Charge starting up now, but again, a little bit delayed here by Art.
Yeah, definitely. But we will see how much time PattyMac will give him, because it looks like he just wants to try to expand and, like, once again build up a better army. Still waiting for the Dark Shine. The Warp is already prepared to warp in some offensive units, but so is the one of Art.
Yeah, here we go. The War Prism is going to be sneaking into the main base. At the same time, Art is pushing with his main army, so a multi-pronged attack being set up here by Art. PattyMac's main army is in position, but ooh, we do see a kill on the pylon, a cancel on the fourth base. And does PattyMac have anything in his own main?
Well, it looks like this War Prism was actually used for reinforcements as well, but it cannot get to the main because of the Stalkers being here. But at the same time, this frontal attack looks pretty strong.
It's pretty strong, but we have an overcharge. There we go, immediately being popped. We have Charge finishing up as well, just as this fight begins. A nice target fire, the Immortal goes down.
Yeah, very nicely done from PattyMac, and now this DT is here to stand guard and deal with this army, and there is no detection for Art so far.
Yeah, we do have a couple of observers out for Art, but where are they? At the same time, PattyMac, his War Prism is in the main base of Art. Probes are going down.
Yes, as PattyMac is trying to defend his base, the 20 already probes going down. It looks like the entire mineral lines are being cleaned out by DTs, and Art is not moving back to defend.
Yeah, exactly. Art is going to be all in here. And to be fair, he is finding a little bit of ground. He is forcing PattyMac back, forcing the boys to be pulled. Again, we can afford to do this, though. PattyMac can afford to lose workers right now. He just has to defend.
He has to hold, and now the Immortals are gone. It's just Stalkers from Art, and I mean, PattyMac has his Zealots, has his Stalkers, but there's not a lot here. He needs the reinforcements.
Yeah, again, we can give up the base. There is the second overcharge as well, and with the help of the overcharge, with the power of the shield battery, PattyMac can take a fight. He can push this all the way back, and Art, his economy is in shambles.
Yeah, that War Priest was not dealt with either, even saving one of the DTs, so it's just gonna come back to deal even more damage. And look at the mining we have. 8 probes in the main. Natural is saturated, but the third base is completely empty.
Exactly, there is nothing there. There's never going to be anything there. Unfortunately, Art is forced to turn around and go back home. PattyMac has been able to re-establish his fourth base towards the south instead, but regardless, you know, is going to have that Nexus up and running. And PattyMac has just done a great job at making up for his disadvantages. He's still behind in upgrades, you know, +1 against +2, but outside of that, like, he's looking quite strong.
Yeah, and because of all this economical damage, Art is actually not able to remake much of his army. So now this is just Stalkers versus Stalkers, and who's gonna come out victorious?
Yeah, Art will. He has numbers. He has that +2 advantage. PattyMac maybe resting on his laurels, leaving his army idle in the middle of the map was a pretty big mistake. But does Art have enough to really break the third?
I don't think he does, not with the defender's advantage, and the Zealots are now joining in as well. All these Stalkers are very damaged, and there are no shield batteries nearby.
Yeah, and the DTs, they continue to wreak havoc here in the main base of Art. 15 probes are going down, 16 probes going down, and Art isn't responding.
Yeah, all those probes going down, and the War Priest is still there. It did take a bit of damage, but otherwise it's unbothered.
Yeah, I don't blame Art because he was all in before, and right now he probably just doesn't care about his economy. He's like, look, I can't defend anyway. I'm not going to make more probes. I have to end the game with the army that I have. Unfortunately, PattyMac is distracting him. Art is here in the top right-hand corner of the map. Doing what? He's not threatening anything. Like, PattyMac is just buying time here and to get more warpins, to get more defenses, and to even up the upgrades.
Yeah, exactly. Like we keep mentioning about how, you know, PattyMac is an upgrade behind, so that definitely helps Art in all of these fights. But now Art doesn't have the economy to like remake a lot of the army, and PattyMac is already catching up to him. So soon it may just, you know, turn into PattyMac's favor. As once again PattyMac is threatening that 4th base together with the Zealots in the main, and the army of Art is trying to get the high ground, which definitely will help in this fight, especially because PattyMac's army is divided. But once again, all of these forces are very damaged, and there's only one shield battery in the 3rd.
Yeah, only one shield battery at that 3rd base, and it's not going to be enough here as PattyMac is going to be forced back for the time being. It looks like that Prism finally has been dealt with in the main base. But oh god, it's already done so much.
Yeah, let's see. 57 probes did go down in this game, and most of them to DTs, if not all, actually.
That's a lot of probes going down, but Art has been able to remake them all. Like, it's been really impressive how he's been able to keep up a little bit here. He's still behind 20 workers, but it could have been so much worse. But alas, that is minerals that he's spending on rebuilding his economy, not on his army, not on his tech, not on anything else.
Yeah, and now once again, time after time, every time Art defends another wave of PattyMac's attack, there is another one coming soon after, and there is still a DT in the base.
Yeah, finally it gets cleaned up here, but PattyMac, he's got +3 on the way. Art is being pulled apart because he just doesn't have the army to split up and to defend at multiple places. He just can't keep up.
Yeah, every time he turns to defend from the Zealots, the PattyMac's army just blinks straight into the main base.
Yeah, exactly. He just bypasses the army. He sends it all the way in. He forces a recall. And because of that, Art is going to be able to force PattyMac all the way back. But his army is split up. Oh, God, he's just trickling in.
Yeah, looks like not all of the army was recalled. And actually, PattyMac was able to catch a few units. And 10 probes fall down once again.
Wasn't just 10 probes. The 4th base went down to that counterattack from Patty. Art may have held on to his main. He may have held on to his natural, but at the cost of his 4th base.
Yeah, and this army now of PattyMac is much stronger than the last one he faced, and it may actually be it.
Yeah, exactly. Art just doesn't have enough. The ace player of Houkago T-Team, he did really well, honestly. There were moments where he was winning this game, where things were looking really scary for PattyMac, but PattyMac was able to weather the storm in the end, recover here, catch back up on upgrades, even become ahead here as the 3rd base is on the way. And PattyMac, he's going to be fighting back for the Ducklings. We're not going to be dropping this map. It's not happening.
It's not happening. PattyMac on a roll. Our NA Ducklings are definitely on fire lately. But, you know, Art is not giving up just yet. He still has the units. He's getting Archons now. But, you know, PattyMac's army is just sharking around, looking for the opportunity.
Yeah, again, like Art, he was winning earlier, straight up. He was doing so well for himself, and still, even here, he is still finding or trying to find a way to come back here in this game. He's still rebuilding his workers. He's working on Archons. Archons are an answer to Zealots. So he at least has that. It's just a numbers game at the end of the day, you know. It's just look at the soup, papi. Look at the soup.
Oh, PattyMac even taking that gold in the meantime, and these stalkers are now chipping away at the army of Art.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, sure, Art has a cannon, a shield battery, and overcharge, and that's all well and good, don't get us wrong. But he's being pulled away from all of that. He's losing a couple more units here and there, and these are units that he just can't afford to lose.
Yeah, also I like how Art in the meantime is sending some of these adepts once again to the other side of the map. He does get a few probes for it, but what about the main army?
Yeah, exactly. 3 probes go down. It's something, at least. And he's able to push PattyMac back for now as well. But really, there's nothing pressuring PattyMac, you know? As long as Art stays on 3 bases, PattyMac can just chill here in the middle of the map. Yeah,
and now he's actually collapsing on this army with Zealots, with probes even. Come on, everybody gets to the party. And this will be GG and another point for CranKy Ducklings.
Wow, GG. PattyMac takes the second game, takes down Art in a best of one. And I don't blame the single G there from Art because, like, look, show it on screen. Look at the graph. Look at the
Hold on.
army value graph there, where Art was so far ahead here at that
Yes.
10-minute game. Like, in that mid game, in the early to mid game, Art was looking fierce. He was looking powerful. He was trying to hit that timing. And then DTs changed everything.
Yeah. I mean, they bought a lot of time for PattyMac, where he was able to catch up with supply, catch up with the upgrades, and eventually he was just able to overpower what Art had.
Yeah. Again, it just came down to Art maybe hoping that he could kill PattyMac there with his push. So he was like, whatever, I don't really care too much about this counterattack that's going on. It's not really too concerning to me. But like that was in a way his downfall, you know, because the game did keep going and he had to rely on his economy and he couldn't.
Yeah, he had to rely on the economy, but he didn't have it anymore.
Yeah. GG, well played. Congratulations to PattyMac as he moves on here. We now have a 2-0 lead in this Team League match. But now we can finally take a break from the mirror matchups.
Yes, this is our only non-mirror matchup for today. Obviously, you know, an ace match still could be a non-mirror, but from the ones that were already set, and it will be another duckling from NA. It will be Dolan versus Shameless.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen Dolan participate in these team leagues. For those wondering, he didn't play in World Team League last week or BTL, but that is because Dolan, you know, he was actually out of town. He was at a wedding. He's not married. If he was, we
don't
would
worry,
make an
don't worry,
announcement.
he's not married.
Yeah, ladies, he's still,
Ladies.
you know, looking. The Dolan Duck himself is still on the prowl. If
I mean,
if anyone
maybe he's
is
taken, I
willing,
don't know.
Hey, maybe
fair, we don't
maybe
know.
not. Nish, you still got your chance. Just saying.
Where was Niche going for that?
Ay.
What am I learning
So yeah. Unfortunately, he was at a friend's wedding, so he wasn't available for our team league matches. But now he's back.
Yes, now he's back and he's gonna quack.
Yes, he's back. He's going to quack. Oh boy, he's getting ready here for his next series. A shout out to Dolan as well because he's going to be coming out on one of the more one of the more unusual maps.
You mean the PattyMac's favorite map?
Patty maps, yeah, his favorite.
Yeah, definitely his favorite. He wouldn't argue with that, obviously.
Oh god, yeah, it is gonna be Stargazers, as I'm sure everyone can see here when it comes to our lineups. They are predetermined beforehand. No vetoes
Hold
involved.
on.
No vetoes.
That reminds me, I actually didn't have the names of the maps enabled because usually I don't cast team games. Hold on, let me fix that real quick.
Yeah, all good. All good in the hood here. As again, if Dolan takes this game as well, it is going to be a 3-0 sweep. We will not need to go to game number 4. The clan or the team league match can end there. But at the same time, we're also waiting for Dolan here. He may have gone to get some food while he was waiting for his games. Hopefully, he can come and join us.
Yeah, hopefully. I really hope we don't have a duckling that has overslept or something. What time is it, to be fair? Dolan is East Coast, right?
Yeah, he's
So
in the
that's
East Coast. I mean, he
1
was.
PM? 2 PM?
Yeah. I mean, he was here. He was here at the start of the match.
Yeah, maybe
So-
just went to get something to eat or something. So he should be here shortly. And in the meantime, we're just gonna chill here for a little bit. How have you been, chat? Also, how have you been, Light? How was casting in front of a crowd?
It was a lot of fun. Yeah, we had a really nice setup. We had a really sick crowd as well. Everyone was so excited for StarCraft. It was really motivating to see so many people here in Australia just like obviously, I'm pretty sure a lot of the people there weren't familiar with StarCraft and they
Hmm.
were just there for packs and they just wanted to see what was happening. But like everyone got really into it, and
Hmm.
I'm sure StarCraft made a lot more new fans there that night.
I mean, to be fair, that's really cool, like, way to be introduced to it, right? Because, like, you join that
Mm.
group of hype people and, like, you kinda get infected with all of the excitement and yeah, maybe we get a few new fans there. Actually, as I was watching the stream, we did have one person in the chat who said that they, like, literally installed the game, like, 2 weeks ago and they were just playing campaign. So there were a few new fans of StarCraft, like, watching the tournament.
Yeah, yeah. Same with the Twitch stream as well, because it was streamed on the PAX on the
Hmm.
PAX AU Twitch channel, and that was like featuring Overwatch the day before
Hmm.
and Rocket League, and I'm sure a lot of people like new to the channel were being introduced to StarCraft for the first time as well. So yeah, it was just really cool to see kind of new life there, and I'm pretty sure the ESL Australia guys are really happy with it as well, and they're
Hmm.
willing to have more, and maybe even have another event at
Yeah,
PAX.
I do really hope that that after I cannot say if it was successful because obviously I don't know like what their threshold for success is, but like it looked like a pretty fun event and looked like people really enjoyed it. So I hope they can like organize another one like the next time PAX happens, and if they do, then they can like because this was like the first time they did it, so it was like a bit more not chaotic, but like a lot of things had to be like settled like a bit last minute. So I hope that now that they know how the tournament works, they will have like more time to like prepare everything. Because I did notice a few people in the chat who were like, "Oh, they didn't know there is a StarCraft tournament because they would go otherwise, like just to see the StarCraft tournament and stuff." So
Mhm.
hopefully we can get another one and it can be prepared in the longer time.
Yeah, yeah, hopefully. I mean, um, when it comes to maybe even the next PAX, maybe even something else as well. I don't know if there's ever going to be like a dedicated StarCraft event here in
Hmm.
Australia, or at least at that scale. But if there's ever another convention, I'm sure ESL Australia will be willing to push to try and have it there, like as a part of a side stage. The cool thing about this was that they were on the main stage, like on the
Hmm.
in the center of
Yeah.
PAX. Like there was this big setup here, and StarCraft was able to be featured, which was really cool. So a lot of eyes were on it.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. It's really cool. It's really nice that PAX did offer that opportunity to ESL Australia, and once again, hope they do it in the future. And if you are listening to this and you are one of the organizers of another LAN in the land of Australia, then make sure to like poke the ESL Australia. Maybe they have a tournament for you as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, exactly. And I'm pretty sure there are going to be more lands here.
Hmm.
Obviously, nothing confirmed yet. But and I doubt there are any Australians listening right now because it's 5 a.m.
Yeah, but maybe they watch a VOD.
Yeah, yeah, they'll probably watch a VOD. And I'm sure there'll be more. I know ANZ Champs is on the horizon. That's going to be online, from my
Hmm.
understanding. Even if there is like an offline portion, it's going to be in studio. There's not going to be like a
Yeah.
crowd available or anything like
I
that.
mean, to be
But
fair, it
we'll
can
let you.
all change.
True. Kind of will change.
Like especially after seeing what the event at PAX looked like, maybe maybe the people of ESL Australia are like more motivated to make like a smaller like LAN event.
Hmm.
Because it will be just the tournament, so won't be like a huge convention, but like it may still be like a fun experience. Like kind of like in the old days of WCS, there was the studio portion of WCS where there would be like a small audience, like 20 people or so, and like that was also kind of cool.
Yeah. I mean, maybe we can sort something out. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I do think that
At
would be
least,
cool though.
yeah, definitely. Good. So, oh my God! And
He's still unawake.
we, he is awake. He is awake. He's coming, puppy. He's
Okay,
coming.
okay, okay. We're saved. Dolan is here.
Good. Thank God. Thank God. Just let them know. Uh, Yeah, shout out to PattyMac actually. PattyMac just gave him a call,
Nah.
waking Dolan up a little bit. God damn.
We really need to get all of them on cacao.
We do. But yes, now Dolan is here for this TVP, and oh boy, yeah, can we close it out? To be fair, I'm not familiar with his opponent. We haven't really been able to talk too much about him, but I believe his name is Shameless on Houkago T team.
Yes.
And even though we did put a lot of emphasis on arts, like Shameless is GM on EU, so he's no pushover.
Oh yeah, I mean, just because like, you know, they don't like the names we see are not like maybe very recognizable to us. It doesn't mean like they are, you know, like God League players. Like a lot of them are actually GMs and like very good players as well. That they just a little bit like of the lesser known ones, so they can still show some really great games.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Especially about the European scene, is that there are so many players that it's really hard to distinguish yourself amongst them. Sure, you could be, say, GM, but as well, you know, there are multiple like kind of layers to that. You know, are you like around the 5K level? Can you get up to 6K? That's where like the more known pros are. So it can be hard to kind of break into the scene. But that doesn't mean that you're not a good player. I'm just quickly checking, like, yeah, like, you know, we see that he is in the top 100 of GMs. So maybe he can take it here. Maybe it was an upset.
Yeah, definitely. Like, just because like the name may not be the most known one doesn't mean that like you shouldn't like respect the level of your opponent, because they can surprise you with some really great plays. And now we are about to get into the game, as Dolan is already in the lobby. It looks like everyone is ready.
Oh, everyone is. God damn it, Dolan.
Yeah, god damn it, Dolan. I thought you were watching. Shaking my head.
Oh god, here we go. He wants to, why does he wants to know how much pressure he's under right now. Can he meme it up as we are loading? We are finally loading on in.
I mean, if he can close it out, that would be really nice for him. But we will find out, as we are now in the game. And we are on Stargazers, the favorite map of PattyMac. I'm gonna keep saying that. He's gonna hate me for it. And we are looking at the base of the blue Protoss player representing Houkago T team. Also known as Showdown, it is Shameless.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Stargazers, we have the CranKy Duckling himself from the land of the Americas. He is the Yellow Terran. He is Dolan.
Yes, Dolan, of course, continuing the tradition of the yellow for the duck. And what is this?
Oh yeah, and I love what he's doing right now. He is not taking any gases. He does have a Rax back at home, so things are looking relatively normal when our Protoss player scouts. But little does he know, there's some shenanigans in the middle of the map.
Not gonna lie, this position in the middle looks so scary if like the pro chose a different pathing, but because it was just sent straight up, it's just going through the top path and it will not see at all.
Yeah, and I love this from Dolan. He's the wall off of your.
This is a wall?
Yes, this is a wall. It is a full wall. Looks can be deceiving. The wall is indeed a wall, and because of this, Shameless, he's in the dark. He has no idea what's going on.
Well, it looks like another player is Shameless here. These two racks are about to finish, and the Marines are already in production. Showdown like a Shameless. He is checking the map, making sure there's nothing weird. He's going straight for the gold base, I believe. Or maybe he's looking for a proxy of his own.
Yeah, he wants to make sure that there is no proxy, there is nothing crazy going on. There we go. He sends a second probe out as well, so he's hyper paranoid that something wrong is happening, which is a good read. Unfortunately, he's not checking the middle of the map, the most obvious place that he, of course, why would you check here?
It's not going there. He turned back right before.
Yeah, why would you check the middle of the map? It would be crazy to put it here. The boys are being pulled as well. This does get scattered by Shameless. He's now fully aware of what's happening. He's going to be throwing down the shield battery. He has to give up the natural. He has to defend the main.
There is the wall on the ramp, so everything is gonna be focused in this part of the base. That's a nice spray. As the army of the Terran is coming. It's light timing out again. No!
Oh, no, it is going to be Shameless with a little bit of latency there. Okay, there we go. He is now back. The boys are being pulled. Can he hold on? We do have an Adept coming out here, and he's going to be able to take down maybe one of these SCVs. But how many shield batteries do we have? We have 3 on the way in the main.
Yeah, the Stalker comes out and goes straight into the army. Actually very risky, but the shield battery is there to save it for now. But now the boys are surrounding it, and they are fighting with the probes as well.
Yeah, exactly. The boys are being pulled from both ends right now. We do see Shameless coming out a little bit on top in that engagement. He's saving his energy. He still hasn't used an overcharge.
Ooh, these lags are very scary. And one of the batteries is already depleted. There is a second one, though, to back it up, so he is moving.
Paused.
Oh god, exactly, and we just have to make sure that the latency is okay here, and of course make sure that everything is that all players are going to be playing at optimally, especially in this like high intense stress moment.
Yeah. I mean, this is very close. Like in this situation, everything depends on micro.
Ooh, oh god. Yeah, exactly. Speaking of, it looks like again we do see, at least like Shameless is here, and hopefully he can make sure that nothing too crazy is going on.
Yeah. It looks like it's just something that the player decides to deal with. He's gonna try his best, and we are back into the game.
Oh, we are back. There is that overcharge, by the way. As soon as it gets popped, Dolan is going to back on up. He knows that he cannot fight within that range. Marines are being pumped out one after the other. He is reinforcing, and oh my god, Shameless, he overextends.
Yeah, he does lose an adept for that. This shield battery is recharging though, so Dolan has to be careful how he picks his fights here. There are still a lot of probes left.
Oh, but you know what? The probes are going down even faster than before. The Marines are pushing on forward. We have a second shield battery behind this. The SCVs are running out.
Yeah, the CVs are running out. There are still a lot of probes left, but there are continuous Marine reinforcements. And this is close, but I think Shodan has this.
Yeah, it looks like Shameless has held. 3 Stalkers is all you need. The Marines just don't have enough range. We do see that Dolan did kill a lot of workers, but he's down to 2 SCVs.
Yeah, he did pull pretty much all of his boys, so the game goes for Shameless, and he puts a point on the board for Houkago TT.
GG. That was a close defense. Very unfortunate lag there as well. To be fair, I'm sure that did affect both players,
Yeah.
and no one wanted to really to play under those conditions. Sometimes it's hard to deal with. It's sometimes also hard, like out of our control as well.
Yeah, I mean, I will say that like when we had like situations in the games before, like it was also the players that were assuming it was them. So I feel like it may be like just common for them to not have the ideal routing to the Blizzard servers. So they kind of like they agreed with their fate to deal with all the lag spikes. But sometimes it just is like that, Sometimes there's nothing you can do really.
Yeah. Sometimes there is nothing you can do there, and I mean we did have a pause, and hopefully things did get cleaned up there towards the end.
It did look better.
But and to be fair, like outside of the latency, like the Protoss player Shameless here, like he did a really good job reacting very quickly to what was happening and throwing down as many shield batteries as he could. One of them didn't finish, if you remember, but like having at least 2 of them up and running did really help him out. He was so on point when it came to pooling his boys, to making sure that he was able to have enough buffer and to keep his Stalkers alive.
Yeah. So well played for Shameless, as he does get that point. And that means we will have the 4th set of the night, which is a ZVZ.
Yeah, we're gonna be getting our Zerg players out here. We are gonna have that ZVZ, as you were saying. Erik gonna be going up against their Zerg player. I believe it is going to be Fallenger.
Yes. That is a name I've heard before, definitely. I can't say I'm super familiar with the player, but I definitely did see them on the bracket somewhere. So
Oh yeah, this is going to be on Waterfall.
yes, so we will see how this one will go, because as we all know, the F in Erik stands for fear. And this is a ZVZ, so this is the most fearless matchup of them all.
Yep. This is the most fearless matchup. I'm sure that our opposing Zerg player as well isn't going to be holding back either. I wouldn't be surprised if we see early pulls from both players.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, look, I wouldn't say the thing is, I wouldn't say Erik is cheesy, but he does love his aggression, okay? And he likes his quirky styles as well, so
He does.
we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, we'll see. If it works out for him as well. Again, we got a lot of love here for Erik. He's not as, like, we have been kind of showing the limelight a lot on our North American Ducklings recently, especially for WTL. But Erik is still a very solid force here in our team, very solid force in the Latin American region.
Yeah, and as we know, like, he has been focusing on the AoE for a little while as there were continuous tournaments, but now that the season for the AoE side of things is over, he has been focusing more on StarCraft, and you know, he can definitely take some names.
Well, yeah, definitely can. Anyone, he can take down anyone here. Oh boy.
So we were just informed that the player of the opposing team may still need a few minutes to get ready, so
yeah. It looks like they're gonna need 10 minutes or so to get ready here. It's all good, we can wait. I mean, they had to wait for Dolan, if you remember, so it's only fair if we wait for their player as well.
Yeah, sounds fine to me. I mean, it's also not like, you know, some extreme hour for the players either, so I think it's fine.
Yeah, especially in Europe, it's not too late. Even here, or even for Erik in Latin America, like, it shouldn't be too much of a nuisance here, or too impactful if we just wait a couple of minutes for our players before we get into, you know, a 5-minute ZVZ.
What time is it for you, Light?
5 a.m. 5 a.m.
Is the sun up yet?
Maybe, I don't know. I can't see out the window right now.
I just like the idea of, like, you know, Light being the super nerd of, like, I don't know if the sun is there. I haven't checked. Oh my god.
I haven't seen the sun in years. I don't know. What does it even look like?
Oh no. He's been casting for the past 3 years straight.
Ay. But yeah, so we're gonna have a little bit of time to prepare here, and this is becoming a little bit close, to be honest. Like, to be fair, you know, Dolan did do like a little bit of a Dolan special in game number 2. In game number 3, he wanted to meme some things up here, did put it all on the table and risked it all. It didn't work out for him, but because of that, like, you know, there could be a world where we may end up in an ace match.
Yeah, definitely. It is possible. Especially as we did say, this is ZVZ. Like, ZVZ can, like, turn, like, in just a second. Like, one Bailey kid, like, one undefended attack, one run by, and the whole, like, game can turn on its head. So, like, in ZVZ, you don't really know who's gonna win, like, almost ever.
Yeah. It all comes down to control. It comes down to micro. It comes down to the openers as well. We have seen in the past that, like, openers really can change everything, and I expect, like, hyper aggression here as well, because we're on Waterfall. You know, one of the smaller maps in the map pool. There aren't a lot of bases to take. It'd be really difficult to expand and get your 5th base up and running if we even get to that point. Which we probably won't get to that point, but if we ever do, you know, it's really difficult to do that as well. Yeah. I don't know.
Right.
As a fellow Zerg player, Kuro, you know, what do you want?
I want Linkbane. I love me some Linkbane. I just enjoy looking at the Linkbane wars. But I was gonna say, this is where we curse it, and it's actually Roach versus Roach, and it's like a 40-minute game.
There's no way. Oh,
Uh-oh.
what have we done? What have we done, Kuro? What have we done?
Oh no.
Uh,
You remember?
yeah.
You remember when there was that one ZVZ that we casted? It was like super late game. Who was it? It was like a while ago.
I know. Recently, well, I say recently, Go-Go always had a lot of long ZVZs. So I don't know if we've casted Go-Go, like, me and you have casted Go-Go Joey.
I want to say that Demi was involved, but I'm not sure.
Demi? Maybe.
Like,
maybe.
I think it was like in one of our weekly tournaments, but like it was like months ago. But I remember it was like extremely long ZVZ where like nobody would believe you.
Yeah, yeah. I know Asher and I, we casted, or sorry, Yaku and I, we casted Demi versus 3 points, and that was a long, really intense game, where 3 Point turtled up and he went Hydro Lurker Viper like Infester, like and he was just a brick wall, and Demi kept trying to break him with Lingbane Muta. Yeah, we've had a couple of games like that. I think Go-Go Joey versus Rex was similar, where Rex was the one on Lurkers. And if you remember, Go-Go Joey had like Roach. No, yeah, I'm pretty sure we casted this in the Valencia qualifiers. I think Rex versus Go-Go Joey, or Valencia main event maybe. Where Go-Go Joey was like counterattacking with like Niduses and going for run bys and burrowed roaches, and Rex was trying to defend with his Lurkers.
Yeah, there were the burrowed roaches and all. Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah. There you go. There you go.
That wasn't the one I was talking about, but yeah.
Okay.
No, the one I was talking about, I, as I said, it was like months ago. It was like very long. And I'm pretty sure it was in one of our weeklies.
Fair enough.
I think it might have been on like 2 mappos ago or something. It might have been one of the Demi versus Mio games. Now that I think no, I don't think it was.
Okay. Shake.
Look, my memory is not the great part of me, okay? It's like just random bits of information just, hanging somewhere there. Loosely connected.
But because we have a little bit of time, yeah, we may want to go on a little bit of a break here, because we have to we have a bit to fill, so we can get some water, we can stretch a little bit. Don't forget to stretch, everyone. Don't forget to stretch.
Yes. Make sure to get some water. It's very important. Make sure to stand up and stretch your legs as well, not just your arms, because your legs are suffering a lot as you keep sitting down. Okay, this is important.
Exactly. So make sure you stretch your roaches, hydrate your hydras, massage your marines, and yeah, we'll see you guys soon. Hopefully with Game 4.
Yeah. See you soon.
So that's New Zealand.
Sorry. And we are back.
Welcome back, everyone. We hope you enjoyed that lovely duct tape, and thankfully we didn't have to wait too much longer, as the players are here. We are ready. We're getting into game number 4. Houkago T team are down 1-2. They need to win this game to bring it to the ace match. Otherwise, it's gonna go the way of the duck.
The way of the duck, indeed. As we are at 2-1 score currently. And in the top right corner of our map, which is Waterfall, we have the blue Zerg player, the Duckling, representing Brazil. It is Erik. Endurance, righteousness, intellect, kangaroo.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Waterfall, we have the pink Zerg player himself, representing Houkago T team. It is Fallenger.
Is it Fallenger or Fallenger?
Or Fallenger.
Fallenger, yeah.
I don't know. Regardless, we do have a hatch first here from Fallenger, so hatch gas pool, everything is normal, everything's standard. Meanwhile, Erik going for a much faster pool gas opener.
Yeah, as we said, Erik does like his aggression, but he will be taking a base regardless, so this is not some, crazy cheese or anything, but he will be getting more offensive soon.
Yeah, Erik is going to be incredibly aggressive. So a couple of things here. He didn't go for a 13-12 or anything like that. 13-12 is a little more all-in. So we're not going to be seeing hyper-aggression. But regardless, we have very fast gas here, which means we can hit a very strong timing with Link speed and go for a Link Flood. We can get a fast Baneling Nest behind this. Or if Erik wants to, he could go for a Roach Rush.
Oh. I'm telling you, it's happening. The 40-minute Roach versus Roach game.
Ah, he was listening to the stream.
No, he had the whole break to prepare for that.
But there we go. We do have Link Speed on the way, which means he will not be getting a fast Roach Warren. Otherwise, you skip Link Speed and you go straight to the Roach Warren to save your gas for as many Roaches as possible. So 6 Lings are going to be moving out. Meanwhile, Erik also didn't pull out of gas, so he can throw down a Baneling Nest as well.
Yeah, looks like that may be the plan, as Fallenger, he's getting Links of his own as well. Ooh, actually, interesting.
Yeah, so Erik had an option. He could have thrown down a Baneling Nest here for Ling Bane, but no, he doesn't want a nest at all. He goes for a very fast Evo Chamber instead.
Yeah, I mean, that's also an option in ZVZ, I guess, especially if your opponent... He did see that his opponent did get the hatchery much earlier than him, so I guess he doesn't expect there to be any Banelings yet, and actually the Zerglings of Fallenger are here.
Yeah, the Zerglings are here, but they're queens to meet him. He also scouts and confirms drones at the natural base because Erik has been droning a little bit. Oh, and this is not +1 melee, so I assumed it was going to be a Ling Flood, but no, it is +1 Carapace instead. This does, of course, help Lings, but more importantly, it helps Roaches, as it does mean that Roaches are going to take so many more hits here, even if they get surrounded by the Lings or Fallenger.
Yeah, but it looks like Fallenger is going for the Roach Warren of his own, as these links will get cleaned up, and the force of Erik is now moving to the other side of the map.
Yeah, and if you notice, with Fallenger, he had a third base on the way. He just now cancelled his third. He wants to, or he knows that he cannot hold on to it. The Lings, they do end up rocking up here, and Fallenger is skipping Banelings to go straight into Roach, so he will defend eventually, but he does lose a couple of drones.
Just lose a couple. I mean, 2 is not the worst damage you can take, and these links will actually get cleaned up. Like, Fallenger has a strong army.
He does have a strong army, but again, even though 2 drones may not sound like a lot, they are a lot here because he's at such a low drone count. He is now pumping out as many Roaches as possible. He's going all in across the map. Meanwhile, Erik has a Roach Warren on the way. +1 Carapace may kick in the middle of the fight, but the rush distance is pretty short on Waterfall.
Yeah, the Zerglings are already there. The Roaches are following behind. This Queen is in danger, and Fallenger is getting a good look of the whole base.
He gets a good look. The Roaches are here, and he's here to end the game. Erik, he can afford to pull the boys. He can afford to lose some workers right now because Fallenger is all in.
He is, and these Roaches actually get caught up and surrounded, so all of them will be killed, but there are reinforcements.
Exactly, but you know what? They get surrounded as well. Great trades here for Erik. The Roach Warren is done, and now Erik is going to be getting his own Roaches defensively with an upgrade advantage.
Yeah, I mean, he still has to buy a little bit of time before that happens, though. The Queens get surrounded, the Roaches are here, but the Queens are getting very low.
Yeah, the Queens, both of them are going to go down. Now Fallenger is going to try and get some economic damage done at the natural base, but no, he doesn't get any of those drones, and the reinforcements are going to be too much.
Yeah, there are the Roaches of Erik. There are only a few units coming from Fallenger, but there are no more Roaches here. This is just this one Ravager.
Yeah, again, Fallenger, he has been 100% all in. He hasn't droned up at all, and the longer this goes on, the better it's going to be here for Erik. He has +1 Carapace. He has his own Roaches, his own Ravagers. We do see Fallenger trying to fire some drones. I think he gets 1 drone, maybe, but that's not going to be enough.
Yeah, and now the army of Erik is ready to counter-attack. There are still no Roaches for Fallenger. They are now in production, and there are quite a few links. But this is not a force to stop Erik.
Yeah, and again, this is the point of +1 Carapace. Even though we have little links, even if Fallenger gets us around, like that +1 Carapace, that applies to every single one of those links, every single one of those melee attacks, and they're just not going to be anywhere near as useful.
Yeah, and GG is called. Erik takes the point for CranKy Ducklings and the whole match.
GG, well played. We will not be going to the ace match. We can have faith in our Latin American duckling as he takes it for the Ducklings 3-1.
As I said, he's not afraid of ZVZ, and this was one crazy ZVZ. So,
oh yeah,
really nicely done. Really nicely done.
Yeah, it was really interesting because Erik obviously had the more aggressive opener, but it was Fallenger who, I don't think it was even intentional, by the way. He did go for an early Roach Warren, but if you remember, he had a third base on the way. He was forced to cancel because of Erik's kind of aggression, because of his pressure, and he made the decision to transition and to go all in from there.
Yeah. Like, he did put down that Roach Warren, and he was trying to get some damage, but all of his roaches got surrounded by those links, and that was the end of the attack. Meanwhile, when Erik was counter-attacking, he was really making sure that all his roaches stuck together so they couldn't be surrounded too easily.
Oh yeah. Couldn't be surrounded at all. Erik was able to keep his workers alive. He was able to buy enough time. He was able to recognize that roaches were on the way, so he knew that he had to stop droning and not be too greedy. That's what I was a little bit scared of. I was scared that maybe he was going to make too many of those workers. But no, yeah, he had a great defense, all things considered. A great reaction, and yeah, GG.
GG indeed, and that means once again the Ducklings do take this series 3-1, and that's another point on the board for us in this group stage. A little bit of note, the format of Berserker Team League has changed a little bit since our last match, I believe, or maybe 2 weeks ago, because they were unfortunately a few walkovers. This is no longer 2 groups of 4 or 5, was it 6? This is now one big group of, I believe, 10 teams, so there will be a lot more matches than originally, because we play a few more teams. And, I mean, CranKy Ducklings are looking pretty well so far.
Yeah, we had a rocky start when we did end up falling to Platinum Heroes in week 1, but I mean, it went all the way to the ace match, and if you recall, we weren't able to field Vindicta for that series, so it wasn't the Ducklings at full force, unfortunately. But regardless, we have been able to come back quite strong ever since then, and yeah, we're not going to be slowing down anytime soon. I'm going to have to recheck the schedule. I think next week we play against Psystorm Gaming, if I'm not mistaken, and they're a pretty strong team as Yeah, they're a pretty strong European team. In these online tournaments, they don't typically field Juanito because it's had a bad time, so Special isn't going to be a part of this. But they do end up fielding quite regularly players like Adominus, players like his name is slipping my mind. He's Terran. He plays in our tournaments.
Nicorax?
Nicoract, yes. They play Nicoract. Players like BioIce and Epic if they're available. So Namshar. So yeah, gonna be a lot of high-profile players there.
Yeah, definitely. Looking forward to that one. So yeah, for now there will be BTL has weekly matches, so we will see that match in the next week. And because this is now a 10-team group, there will be in total 9 weeks of play. So I hope you guys are also looking forward to the regular team matches for CranKy Ducklings.
Oh yeah, exactly. We're gonna try and be consistent with these broadcasts for BTL. Next week we may, or there's gonna be 1 week where I think we have to double up. I know because of the sudden shift, I think we have to play against Berserker Esports as well, which is another strong team. We are postponing it a little bit because of DreamHack, but once the DreamHack group stage is finished up, we will probably have a week where we have 2 BTL matches.
Actually, we may not have to. I checked the schedule because the groups got mixed together, like the order of the matches changed a little bit, and in one of the weeks we have scheduled a match that we already played, so we can just replace it with Berserker.
Oh, okay. There we go.
So that way we will continuously have 1 match a week every Sunday.
There we go. It all works out in the end. And speaking of, I want to give a special shout out to all of our players that played today as well: Vindicta, PattyMac, Dolan, and Erik. Again, Dolan unfortunately wasn't able to take his game, but at the same time, he also memed it up as well. You know, it's
I mean, he did, but it was also a close game. Like he almost got it.
It was a close game. It was a close game, and you know, it's one of those things where in a high intense situation, there was also some latency involved as well, which was unfortunate. But something that I can say, I don't think. I believe the lineups are set in stone, but I don't think WTL has made an announcement yet. We have confirmed lineups for World Team League this week, and it's gonna be juicy.
Also, speaking of WTL, Light didn't want to say what you're gonna be doing this week.
What am I gonna be doing this week?
Are we casting more WTL?
Oh yes. So we were notified that there aren't that many English streams for World Team League, especially for live casting. Exactly. Unfortunately, Steadfast and Behemoth, they usually cast not from replays, but the VOD basically, when it's a little bit more suitable for their time, and especially because DreamHack is going on. A lot of them are busy. Wardy is busy as well, but we are not. So we may as well try and cast it as often as we can.
Yeah. So expect more World Team League cast this week because. Usually we only cast the Duckling matches, but because the DreamHack is going on, as we said, a lot of the regular casters are busy, we will be covering as many matches as possible, so look forward to that.
I also think strategically it's really smart as well, just so we can have a little bit more first-hand experience on how some of the other teams are playing, maybe even tendencies from some of their players as well. Obviously, we can just watch, but like now we have another excuse to be there and have our eyes on some of the opposing teams, and you know, maybe we can learn something else from that as well, not just us, but also the players as we also prepare for our next matches. The CranKy Ducklings, you know, obviously we're an amazing team, but we are some underdogs in the World Team League. There are some big names there, so typically there are going to be upsets if we end up taking series from teams like, I don't know, Dragon Phoenix Gaming, Kaizi Gaming, Good Game Gaming, GGG.
Yeah, and the match
that
we are playing this week is none other than Onsite Gaming.
Yeah. Of course, Crank's current team are young, if you will. So yeah, it's really exciting, really historic. I hope we have a good showing at least. Against Crank's team, of course, with Maru, Rainer. Solar.
Look, we are reasonable. We're not like counting to like get a lot of wins in that match because those are crazy good players. Like if we win, that's great. That's gonna be amazing. But like we're not gonna be like upset about our players if they don't. Okay, this is a really rough match. But
I mean,
we just really want this to be like good games and like, you know, a good series.
Yeah. I mean, you know, Maru, he's like literally the second best Terran in the world, second to only Vindicta. So, I mean, that's pretty impressive. Like, that's still, you know, it's still, it's still going to be crazy. You know, they've got Solar, you know, does he have fear? I don't know. Is there a silent F in Solar? Maybe. I don't.
Maybe.
Oh god, but yeah, it's gonna be a wild time. In a couple of days, as when we do play World Team League. Obviously, also our setup is gonna be a little bit better then. Obviously, right now I don't have a camera because I am a little bit remote, but I will be returning home in less than 24 hours. So
yes,
yeah, we'll be back. We'll be back.
Yeah, and I hope Asher will be casting, right? Asher is casting at WTL matches, at least some of them.
Yeah, exactly. We'll make sure it's all works out. I know Asher has kind of a day job, so he can't stay up too late. I know, right? Disgusting.
Imagine.
But we'll try and make it work.
Yes. But for today, this will be all. So in the meantime, right. Do you want to let people know what else you're gonna be doing this week other than casting?
Tomorrow I may have another stream with Asher. It depends because it is Monday and he is gonna be a little bit busy. So maybe we can meet up and we can have another fun stream. Maybe not. Tomorrow is my last day in Melbourne, and then tomorrow what? Today, I guess technically today is my
Yeah,
last day in
technically
Melbourne,
today.
and yeah, and tonight I will be returning to the land of Sydney. So yeah, tune in to follow Asher's Twitch channel
Yes.
to see if we go live. Otherwise, tomorrow and for the rest of the week, I should be live back again on my own personal Twitch channel, Live VIP on Twitch.
Yes, make sure to check Light there, as there will be definitely some fun games there. And if you want to see more of our StarCraft casting, make sure to follow this channel. And if you enjoy all the casting that you have seen, consider supporting it as well. We do have Patreon, !Patreon. We do have a donation goal now. The donation goal, or the tip goal, is going to fund our tournaments, because we do have weekly tournaments both for the pros and for the amateur players. So if you have some money spare, then like this will really help us out, like keep those going. Or you can also subscribe on Twitch if this is what you want to choose. You will get these nice little emotes as well as the replay packs. You just make sure that you join the Discord, because we do not have a way to message our subscribers on Twitch anymore. So make sure you are on the Discord to receive the replay packs.
Oh yeah. Make sure you are there. Then with that, thank you so much everyone for tuning in. Shout out to the players, to the people that tuned in here in the chat. You know, for sure was here, Maximo, Demi, Vindicta, Nish in the beginning. Thank you so much for dropping by. We appreciate the support. I know that again it wasn't the most ideal setup here for BTL, but it's only a one-off sort of thing here. Everything will be a little bit better moving on forward. And
don't worry, tomorrow we will be back to Light having his smooth voice on the perfect mic.
Exactly. And cams.
And cams as well. And a duck hat. Yes. Did you take the duck hat with you?
I did not.
Why? That would be such good content.
I don't have room.
Put
okay,
it on
look,
your
it's oh god.
Oh, but yeah.
Thank you so much. Eon was even here earlier as well.
Yeah, he was. God. He did redeem Backsteam Nap.
Shaking my head. So thank you everyone for watching. Thank you so much for the support. Next week we are going to be playing against Storm Gaming for BTL. Our next broadcast is going to be World Team League on Wednesday, and our regular tournament coming back soon as well, right?
Yeah. Look. Make sure you're on our Discord and you will know all about our schedule, okay? That's the important part. But with that, we'll see you guys next time. Bye!
Oh.